What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast Daily, our daily news section, as you can probably imagine, looking at different stories and international conversations surrounding music. We're covering Afrobeats, dancehall, amapiano, reggae, and a few other sounds in between as well. But today we are talking Afrobeats on a global scale, which I'm very, very excited to do so. Before we get into that, though, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for getting involved in the channel by hitting that subscribe button. The support has been absolutely crazy over the last few weeks. We've had the most explosive month in regards to viewership we've ever had. We've had the most new subscribers over the last 28 days that we have ever had, and I could not be happier with the support that the channel is receiving. So thank you to each and every one of you for your undying support. It's incredible. I never expected this to happen. We're about to hit 48,000 subscribers. I cannot believe I'm actually saying that. So if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Now today we're getting into a very interesting conversation about some figures and stats that have just been released by Apple Music, but also these are tweets that come to us from WeTalkSound, a really good platform kind of showcasing what's going on in Nigeria right now. So we're going to be looking through both of these lists. We're going to be looking at the top Nigerian songs of all time on Apple Music and the top Nigerian albums of all time on Apple Music, which is absolutely crazy. I'm happy these lists have been revealed. There's a real kind of global movement on a lot of different platforms towards, I suppose, supporting and pushing Nigerian music and I suppose African music in general at the moment. I'm really seeing it. Even Ckay being on Sway the other day. Obviously, he was pushing a new single, but there was a big chunk of conversation on that discussing his kind of influence over what was happening in Afrobeats a few years ago. A big conversation about Wiz, about Davido, about Burna Boy as well. Mr. Easy's name came up. So it's really interesting seeing this global push and these sort of stats and figures now being released. So we are firstly going to look at the just released top 10 Nigerian songs of all time on Apple Music. Again, this is a tweet from WeTalkSound. Do go and give them a follow if you haven't already. But here we go. This is the list. We'll start at the bottom. 10 is Ginger, featuring Burna Boy from WIZKID. That one, of course, off Made in Lagos. A huge tune. The tune I actually thought at the time would be the big seller off that project. Obviously, Essence went on to be the big seller off that project. But it's very interesting to see nonetheless. In at 9th, we see Fall from Davido. Again, an absolutely huge tune, this one, that has encapsulated the world for a number of years now. No surprise to see a Davido tune in this top 10, if we're being entirely honest. In 8th, Free Mind from Thames. Now, this is a tune that has been absolutely dominating over on the US Afrobeats Billboard charts. So this is really interesting to see that even on the sort of global Apple Music reckoning, it is down in 8th place. When you compare it to a lot of the tracks that are on this list, there's a lot of tracks on this list that have been out for years, you know, so it's really cool to see that for Thames, that she's sitting in 8th place with a solo original. In 7th, we see On the Low from Burna Boy. Again, absolutely massive tune, and one of the tunes that has got, I think it is Burna Boy's still most streamed tune. I think Last may have overtaken it now, but that's crazy to see that that's down in number 7th. In number 6, we do see Come Closer featuring Drake from WIZKID, who is obviously quite heavily featured on this list. Again, this was a tune that a lot of people were listening to before they even knew the Afrobeats movement was actually popping. So it's great to see that WIZKID is kind of almost ascending different eras. Like, he isn't just stuck to one era, he has been a part of this sort of globalization of the sound in a number of different ways, and obviously seeing Drake on this list, there is no surprise there whatsoever. In 5th, and I believe this is the most recently released track off this selection, is Last from Burna Boy. Crazy to see that this is number 5 on the overall charts. This is in total, this is all time we're talking here, the top 10 Nigerian songs streamed of all time. Last is in 5th, and that one only came out a few months ago, so that is crazy, the impact that this tune is having worldwide. You then add to that another Burna Boy track with Ye. Again, I would have been surprised if this wasn't in here. I remember hearing Ye and losing my mind, and it was a tune that I had on repeat for a long period of time, and I suppose a lot of other people must have done as well for it to be in 4th place. In 3rd, we then get into the start of this trifecta of 3 tracks that dominated the Afrobeats Billboard chart for the first sort of 14-15 weeks, and in 3rd place is Peru from Fireboy DML. Now, I'm assuming this is also including the streams of the remix featuring Ed Sheeran, which makes a lot of sense. I've got a funny feeling that the Rema collaboration with Selena Gomez of Calm Down, that remix, I think will make its way into this list pretty soon. Just seeing, I think there's a lot of similarities between Fireboy's Peru and that Calm Down tune from Rema. I think there's a lot of similarities in the way it's been put together. In 2nd, Essence featuring Thames, WIZKID. Again, there's no surprise that this is in that top 3 ranking. I expected these 3 tracks to be the top 3 tracks, if I'm being entirely honest. So that's good to see. The Essence is still maintaining that position again. I'm assuming there's been a big boost of viewership on that one with the remix featuring Justin Bieber. And now in first place, again, I'm not surprised about this. Love Nwantiti from Ckay is #1 on the top Nigerian songs of all time on Apple Music. This is it's no surprise whatsoever, if I'm being entirely honest. The amount of remixes that have been done of this, the amount of international support this tune has, the TikTok support on this as well is on a different planet. So there is no surprise that this is a tune that has gone fully viral and has remained viral to become the #1 Nigerian song of all time. Incredible feat from Ckay. As one of the sort of newer artists on this list, I'd say him and Tems are the sort of newer breed on this list. So it's good to see that they are making that impact and that it's not kind of just stuck in the past or stuck on the artists that are already super established. No, it's great to see. Now, moving over to the other tweet that We Talk Sound put out. They've put out a few with different stats. We're looking at these two today. The top 10 Nigerian albums of all time on Apple Music. In 10th, Laughter, Tears, and Goosebumps from Fireboy DML. Again, no surprise to see Fireboy DML on this listing. I do think that we are going to see... realistically, I think we are going to see his new album, Playboy, make its way into this list, and then Sounds from the Other Side from WIZKID sitting in 9th place again. No surprise to see a WIZKID album at this kind of level. We then see in 8th position A Good Time from Davido. Again, no surprise. These are classic albums we're talking about here. And then in 7th place, we see A Better Time from Davido again. Davido is one of the most consistent. Again, going back into that idea of him kind of winning with kind of an amplitude of singles. Like, he beats you with quantity of quality, you know that, and I like that. In 6th place, we see Burna Boy with Outside, one of the earlier projects from him. Then in 5th place from Tems, we see For Broken Ears. In 4th place, and this is where Burna Boy's sort of domination of this selection begins to really roll. Now, bear in mind, Burna Boy is an album artist. There's no getting away from that. He always has been an album artist that puts together these incredible projects. He's always been a great collaborator, a great feature, but he's always been someone that puts a lot of time and effort into creating incredible albums. So in 4th place, we see Twice as Tool. In 3rd place, already we are seeing Love Domini, and there is no doubt that the last kind of fanfare is playing a big part in that as well. And obviously there's loads of incredible collaborations on that album, so it's no surprise to see it already in the top 10. 3rd, I didn't expect it to be this high. In 2nd, we see African Giant. Again, a huge album project that really has stood the test of time and has led the way for Burna's kind of success over the last few years. That's, I feel, the point where people really did start to realize this guy is special. And then in 1st place, I expected this to be the track that was in 1st place, and that is, of course, Made in Lagos from WIZKID. And I assume this also includes the additional pieces, including obviously the remix of Essence, Mood featuring Buju, then now Benson, of course. I'm assuming that's all being taken into account here, but there we go. The highest streamed albums and singles of all time out of Nigeria on Apple Music. I'm really interested to look through this. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section down below. Obviously, did you expect them to be this way? Did you expect Ckay to be the #1 on the singles? Did you expect WIZKID to be #1 on the albums? Let me know all your thoughts on this. And again, big up We Talk Sound for putting these stats out there onto the news feed. Do make sure you go and subscribe to them or whatever. Go and follow them on Twitter and all that good stuff. I've been following them for a while. They put out some really useful content, especially if you're like me and you're trying to absorb as much information as possible. So there we go. Fantastic stuff. As always, guys, if you are new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, making sure you're leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the Fresh Afrobeats flavor playlist in the description down below as well, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCast. Stay locked.